So as you already know, TNA and the WWE have been on a ongoing partnership for the past year, or not yet a year, but almost a year. It officially started earlier this year. It's specifically with WWE NXT, so it allows talent from TNA and NXT to go to each other's shows, and basically we have gotten some great matches from that partnership. I mean, recently we got the Hardys versus Dark State for the NXT and the TNA Tag Team Championships, and the Hardys made history. They became the NXT champions while already being the TNA champions. Earlier on, we saw Trick Williams obtain the TNA World Championship as well. He became the first WWE signed wrestler to win the TNA World title. It was insane. And we've gotten some great moments this past year. Obviously, Joe Hendry making his appearances, even though he made those last year. We saw Joe Hendry versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. And we even got to see AJ Styles jump over to TNA for one night, making his surprise return, even though it wasn't a surprise really. It was of course announced, which ruined it all, but still, nonetheless, it was anticipated for years, and finally it came true thanks to this partnership. Obviously, in the past, WWE was very strict under Vince McMahon. He did not want any of his talent going to other companies, and you would have never seen something like this with Vince. But Triple H has made some great decisions. TKO has made some good decisions, although, you know, somebody like me obviously recognizes the major flaws that TKO has and has presented to the WWE. They have made terrible choices, many of them, too much. I've made multiple videos criticizing TKO's decisions. But even then, I recognize that some decisions have been good, and this is one of them. The partnership with TNA has really helped the WWE, and it's boosted the NXT brand a lot. So yeah, maybe I should be crediting Shawn Michaels a little more. I love how I mentioned Triple H, but not Shawn Michaels, when Shawn is in charge of NXT right now. So what's going to happen in the future? How does the future for TNA look? How does the future for WWE look? Well, if you want me to be honest, I think it's a matter of time until WWE buys out TNA fully. Because as I mentioned, this is helping WWE, specifically NXT, a lot. But over time, I think it's certain, I think we all know it, we're going to be seeing a lot of signings from TNA over to WWE. So WWE is going to be taking a lot of TNA's top stars. We've already seen it happen. Jordan Grace signed with the WWE. Next up is 100% going to be Joe Hendry. And eventually, we'll probably get the Hardys. Maybe even Nick Nemeth. He comes back to the WWE. Maybe even Matt Cardona. The possibilities are endless. But it's going to happen. Once we see these stars get signed to the WWE, exiting TNA, it's going to become obvious what WWE is doing. So while it's helping the WWE, while it's boosting NXT, it's not helping TNA very much. Sure, it's got TNA a new fan base, more people tuned in, 100%. But think of it this way. It's like WWE partnering with a company that ends up stealing Roman, Cody, Punk, Rhea Ripley, stealing all of our top stars. What's left? How are we going to survive? Obviously, WWE's been going on for years, decades, without any of the people that I just mentioned. But that's because, you know, we have different eras and it takes decades. And those stars still have their very long careers in the WWE up until retirement. But when it comes to TNA's current top stars, we're talking Joe Hendry. If you start taking these guys away, you're basically out of nowhere at the very peak taking away Cody Rhodes from the WWE, taking away Roman Reigns from the WWE, and all the other examples I provided right now. So if you take away our top stars, the company is going to struggle. It takes time to make new ones. It takes time to polish up and create these new stars, create these new legacies. So I argue that this partnership that TNA has with the WWE is getting TNA closer to being bought out by WWE rather than helping TNA as a company of its own. And I think it's safe to say every company should really focus on their own product, on their own company. You know, this partnership is helping the WWE a lot, but it's gonna hurt TNA in the long run. And I don't want to see this happen. I mean, TNA has been existing for a long time. It's never been a top company. It's never been AEW level, WCW level, but they've had their matches, they've had their moments, they have their legacy. TNA has been one of the biggest wrestling companies. So I don't want to see this happen. I really hope it doesn't. It's nice to have variety, and it would kind of suck to have everything be bought out by WWE and then the only wrestling that we get is WWE. It's nice to have variety. It's nice to have promotions booked by other people. It's nice to have Tony Khan's booking. It's nice to have variety, you know, like I said. And this is going to take that away. But this just goes to show the power that WWE has as the top wrestling company in the world. I mean, nowadays we really don't have much competition. The WWE had AEW as competition for some years until they started declining, and we're at a current state where it's kind of hard to say that AEW is the alternative. They're an alternative, but they're not the alternative. I don't think there is a specific rival or specific opposite, specific alternative currently. If we get these stars signed to the WWE, old stars like Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, new stars, Joe Henry, we're going to get some great freaking matches. I just hope they don't mess this up. I hope that they know how to book these returns if they bring some of these old wrestlers in, especially the younger ones like Matt Cardona and Nick Nemeth. Just imagine CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy in 2026 or 27, who knows. All of this is possible, and it's really exciting to think about. Maybe Joe Henry has some unsettled beef with the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Maybe that's her next WrestleMania match. Maybe in 2027, 2028. I don't know. We could really get some cool stuff out of this. Some crazy tag team matches with the Hardys. Crazy rivalries with Matt Cardona that we've never seen in WWE, with the exception of this past time he showed up at NXT. But I don't know, man. They're just kind of slowly creeping in there. You know, I'm seeing more and more TNA faces showing up on NXT. And with some time, I think it's bound to happen. WWE is just going to sign all of their top stars, and eventually TNA will be under WWE's ownership. What do you think about this? Do you think this would be a good thing for wrestling fans? Do you think it should stay a separate company? And if you do think it's going to happen, when do you think it would happen? Let me know down below. I would love to hear what you have to say. But yeah, with Bound for Glory and all these exciting things happening right now, I just wanted to really talk about this because I've been thinking about it recently. And honestly, I have mixed feelings about it. I feel like it would be an exciting announcement to hear, oh, everyone from TNA is officially signed to the WWE, just like WWE bought AAA. You know, we get a lot of the people that we wanted to see in WWE years ago and that we want back in WWE. Again, we get to see them again. We get to see them in the WWE. And I mean, we do get to see them right now thanks to this partnership, but it's not full-time. They're not under WWE contract, so it's not technically the same. But yeah, this would be nuts, and it really just wouldn't surprise me because at the same time, it would be a little bit devastating. TNA, like I said, has its own legacy. So yeah, let me know down below what you think of this whole thing. Do you think it's even going to happen, honestly? Is there anything else that you are hoping for in the future that we can get out of this partnership with TNA and WWE? Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, and with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.